a serious topic here, guys. I was contacted a few weeks ago, asked if I could help out on an event that is coming up next month. And when I found out what the event was and the reason behind it all, I was more than happy to support it here on air, and then obviously invited you two along for the ride as well. We are lucky to have Amy in the studio here with us, and Amy is the person that is behind the Walk Against Child Sexual Abuse, and they've got a walk coming up on the 11th of April, and it's to get an awareness out there for child sexual abuse, and you know, and unless you have a look into it, you don't realise how common it is. So we decided we were going to have a bit of a spiel on it last week. We thought it'd be better if we actually had her in the studio, because it wouldn't do it justice just us talking about it. Having her in the studio would probably be a little bit better for us and a bit better for the cause. So welcome, Amy.
Howdy.
You want to let us in on a little bit about this? I mean, this is the second time that we're going to have this running. Is that right?
Yeah, we started last year, trialled it out. We had 70 people on Channel 7 rock up for our first ever event.
Yep.
We had a lot of people asking for us to try and make it annually, so we're trying again this year to try and get more people and try and make it a bit bigger and hopefully make it worthwhile doing it annually.
I think it's certainly a worthwhile cause. There's no doubt about that. Just to get, well, at least, you know, in the forefront of people's minds. I guess it is something that you think about a bit, but you know, if it affects you, then it's obviously more forefront. So if for normal people, not for normal people, I'm sorry, but for people that it doesn't affect, I guess it's not something that they, you know, going to have to think about. But stuff like this here helps to put it into the front, helps build awareness about it, and then you know, hopefully it'll not help protect you a little bit more.
Well, I think it's everyone's responsibility, whether you've been affected or not affected. I think it's a really good opportunity for everyone to kind of be involved. Is that the kind of aim, yeah, for the walk?
More to raise awareness that it is an issue out there in the community, and that it does affect a lot of people, a lot more than what some realise. Also, those that may have been through it and are adults now, or even kids that may be going through it, we give out pamphlets and stuff as well, so that they know where they can get help. So we've got some of the businesses that offer counselling and that sort of thing behind us, giving us some pamphlets to hand out to the participants of the walk. Yep. So even if they're not affected by it, if they know someone who is, or if they find out that they may be affected down the track, they know where they can try and get some help as well.
I was reading online before, and what I'm going to be saying is from the Bureau of Statistics. I mean, it's easy for people to jump up on there and have a look, but I was quite surprised. 1 in 3 girls and 1 in 6 boys will be affected by some sort of child sexual abuse before they're 18.
Yeah.
That is staggeringly high. I would never have thought numbers so high.
Yeah, there's a large amount that are affected. There's also a lot larger amount that are not reported as well.
Yeah, I did see something on there. I guess if you have been affected by this, you want to know that there is support out there for it. Not I guess, I know that you want to know that there's support out there for it. And then there's lots of different places out there, but some people just don't, I guess, realise that there's some people that can actually help them out, you know, that have been through it, maybe themselves as well. You know, there's places to go for them to lend an ear. Sometimes family can't do that for whatever reason, whether, you know, it might be fear of backlash or you know, something of the sort. I certainly, the reason I got involved in this is because I was a victim of child sexual abuse. And I'm happy to say that on air. I've come to terms with my abuser. I thought I actually killed him, to be honest. I replaced him. But at the time, I never knew that there was people that you can go and talk to or anything like that. So I dealt with it in my own way. My own way almost sent me to jail. So for people out there that get more of this kind of support out there, more power to you. And from me personally, I got to thank you for asking me to be involved in this. But I think there should be more awareness out there on it.
Yeah, you're more than welcome for the invite and contacting you. I'm also been affected myself, which is one of the reasons why I started the walk. I was sexually abused for most of my childhood by my father. Later on, I finally disclosed to my mother. I also changed my surname so that I didn't carry his name, and my older brother also changed his name. We both went to my mum's maiden name, and I ended up standing up because I have 5 little cousins, 2 of them were girls, and I didn't want him doing anything to them, because a lot of pedophiles, they'll go, okay, well, you're getting too old, I'm going to move on to someone else. I also found it really hard to find somewhere that I could go, and I didn't know where to go, and the instalment that they put into a child's mind, which is what I had, you're going to be taken away from your family, you're not going to be believed, with the whole, old saying of kids should be seen and not heard, and that still gets swept under the rug quite a lot as well. Yeah. So there are a lot more cases that, they aren't believed, and they've sort of got to sit there in silence, and I consider myself one of the lucky ones with the huge amount of support that I had from my family, my friends, and my community.
I think that's important, obviously, and with stuff like this, the walk against child sexual abuse, just being out there, and I guess with from last year, okay, you had 70 people out there last year. You had the news crew out there, so I mean that was spreading the word a little bit more as well. But not only that, you've got some shirts made up. So you've got 70 people out there doing this walk in their shirts, and I know that okay, that's a group. That's a group of people that people on the outside that are watching the news go, there's some people that I can go and contact, and then obviously there's other people as well that we can go and contact. But just to let them know that there are people that can help you out. I mean, it might seem like there's not, but obviously there is. Yeah,
and we've had a huge amount of support from all different businesses and companies, not just within the local area, which I'm from, Port Adelaide, but also outside, such as you guys as well. They're offering to help make it a bit easier on us with donating food and that sort of thing as well. And a lot of supporters behind us, such as Body Roma and the Port Adelaide Enfield Council, Kmart, all different companies for our sausages. Both last year and this year, we've had the support of Saints Meats with donating the sausages for free sausage sizzle at the end of the walk for all the participants.
So you don't have to necessarily be involved in the walk itself. There are other ways that you can help out, and so what we want to do is, well, for me personally, I want to see as many people out there. I'm going to be out there. I'm going to be walking up alongside you, but we want as many people out there as we can.
Well, if there was 70 people last year, I can't see why we can't double that this year.
Oh, for sure.
It'd be good to think that if it does become an annual thing, that people do begin to get in their mind that every year there's going to be a walk against child sex abuse, and that there's going to be a place to go, particularly some resources that kids can get access to. Do you have a chance to interact with any of the schools?
I have gotten a few of my local schools involved, putting up some posters and stuff for the walk. Other than that, I don't normally go around to schools discussing it with them either.
But it certainly is the kids that we want to feel that they're the ones who can get empowered by having some information. I can imagine, having not experienced it myself, that the sense of loneliness that you'd get from feeling like you can't trust an adult, not knowing who to go to, and feeling completely without any power in a relationship, that you could really benefit from getting the line out to somebody, to know that there's groups out there, phone numbers that you can call, and people that are specialised in this sort of stuff.
Yeah, and the other thing is that for the kids as well, Kids Helpline is great, and if you're a parent, then you've found out that your child may have been sexually abused. They can also go to parent helpline as well, and they can also assist with where to go, and a lot of people don't realise that either.
Well, I can imagine that parents, particularly if they find out their child's been abused by a family friend or by their partner, that's something else that would make them feel like they've lost an understanding of how the world works, and they don't know who to turn to because they don't have anybody to do that to. But there are professionals out there who know how to talk you through this.
Also, for the family members, that's one of the other things that we hope to try and get out there is that, yes, it's very important to have the help for the victims and the survivors of CSA, but there's also very little help out there for the parents or, siblings that may not be directly affected but indirectly affected because they weren't involved. And I know that my mother, we had a hard time trying to find some help when she was trying to help me through the situation when I disclosed to my mother.
So the walk is on Saturday, April 11th. We're down at Harts Mill Playground in Port Adelaide. Excuse me, sorry. And that is on Mundy Street. So we're kicking off at 11 for 11:30 walk off.
Yep, 11 o'clock for come down, put your name down, register. We've been asking for early registration so that we can try and make sure we've got enough sausages for everyone at the end of the walk.
Yep.
But you're welcome to register on the day as well. We have t-shirts available which you can either pre-order by Friday the 13th, but it's a bit close, otherwise we're going to have some extras. It's just going to be a matter of availability. They're only $9 each.
Yep.
And that way we can all stay in the same colours. The t-shirts are the colour of teal, which is the colour of the sexual violence awareness ribbon. We also have some t-shirts from last year that some people may be wearing. Feel free to come down in a blue, which is the colour of the ribbon for child abuse, and a lot of sexual abuse victims from their childhood tend to wear it to try and encourage current victims or whatever to speak up. The walk's also being held in April because it's also Sexual Violence Awareness Month.
Fantastic. If you want to find out any more information, you can email at wacsa@outlook.com.au. You can also jump onto Facebook, and we'll post up a link on our Facebook page as well. WACSA 2015 on Facebook, and that'll be able to provide you with a little bit more information. Has some happy snaps of last year as well.
Lots of information from last year. It's also, if you want to keep up to date, I tend to put up little statuses just to let people know where we're at so that they know the progress that we're making as well. So there's also an event on the page, so they're welcome to go to the event, say that they're going, and invite their friends from there as well.
And then the more people that we can get out there, obviously, the better, because this is an awareness campaign. This is not something that this is something we're trying to get a voice out there for people that are essentially voiceless or feel that they're voiceless. So just to support for those people, and I think the more people out there, the bigger the voice can get.
Yeah.
So come on out and support it. I'll definitely be down there. If you are in need of any help, you can get onto the Kids Helpline, which is 1-800-55-1800, or you can also get onto an organisation called Brave Hearts, and Brave Hearts is also their mission is to stop child sexual abuse, and there it's 1-800-272-831. Any of those there can help you out. Thank you very much for coming in and spending a bit of time with us. I know it's not easy. I know you're a little bit nervous, but I do appreciate you coming in and sitting down for a couple of minutes with us and just letting us know what it is that we're helping support.
You're welcome, and thank you very much for the opportunity.
Beautiful. Thanks very much. We'll go to a bit more music. We're going to be back